we always say, because it's Turkish Airlines sponsored, to buckle up, but this game is going to be all about putting that seatbelt on, sitting back and getting comfortable, because I have a feeling this is going to be a run and go game. Every time I say that, it slows down, but it's going to be hard to slow down this team. 33s last week against Panathinaikos. They went off against Fener also, building up big leads and then blowing it. They might have to get a little bit more basketball control at the end of each game once they have a lead, but it's hard because they live and die by it. There's your starting five. Erda's getting the start tonight. Tyson Ward, Jantanen, and Kivarius Hayes also getting the start, of course, along with TJ Shorts, who started in every game but the game against Madrid. He's played all 31 games. And again, he was sick. As you see, Campazzo, Alberto Baldi, who I'm pretty sure will have that assignment tonight. Gabby Deck, Usman Garuba, and Walter Tavares has been the defensive lineup that Jus Mateo's been going with. Now, we talked about the fact that the three main players for Paris, there's your three referees right there, but I want to talk about the three main players. Last week, in the last 3-4 games, they've been playing 30 minutes a game. TJ Shorts, Jantanen, and Tyson Ward have been going over 30 minutes a game, while Jus Mateo's been able to control his rotation a little bit. Campazzo only 23 minutes a game, Musa 22 minutes a game, and the big one, Walter Tavares, only about 20 minutes a game, and putting up the points he's putting up, Walter Tavares, in the last 5. And you see your Euroleague president sitting in the press box, sitting in the president's box. My fault, that's a press box. Who's going to put the president press box? Let's keep him in the presidential suite. As we're just about 2 minutes to go before tip-off. I've been excited about this game for the last 2 weeks, seeing what's happened. The big win that Paris had at Panathinaikos set up this 18-14 matchup between two teams, and there you go. TJ Shorts right now up on top, first in the league with 7.4 assists. That was 14 that he had last week. Helped him jump over the top of Tamir Blatt and probably take that. Campazzo right behind him in third, 1 assist back. Amazing season by two amazing point guards, and they have to step up to the plate tonight. I know TJ Shorts, he's been looking forward to this game. He's disappointed he wasn't able to play against Real Madrid in round 16. So the biggest away margin was against 16 points in Barcelona. Now this team's averaging almost 90 points a game, the highest average away score since 2016. Got that stat from my producer, Chris Littleford, up there, helping me out with some big numbers. Average margin of victory, 1.1 points, he tells me. This is crazy. What a game we got. Right here, before your eyes. Penultimate game of the season, round 33. Thiago Splitter would like nothing better than to even his record against Jus Mateo as he gets some love from the guy who was ready to dominate this game. It's been Eddie Tavares taking over from the first 5 minutes of the last 5 games and dominating throughout. So that guy right there, Kivarius Hayes, is going to have his hands full tonight against Tavares and going to need some help on the rotating side when he pick and rolls and goes cuts at the hoop. Let's get this thing underway. 106 points scored in this half so far. As you see that behind the back pass from Alberto Baldi. 53 up. This game is giving us everything that we have expected from the time that we first saw it on the calendar, and the fact that TJ Shorts and Eddie Tavares were still playing. Let's go down and talk to Tyson Ward, who's got 3 fouls, but had himself a nice half. For at least 4 minutes with 3:40 to go, Garuba, the first player for Real Madrid to step out onto the floor. And now, followed by the rest of the team, is Campazzo and Baldi also walk out on the floor. Fans enjoying this rest. I enjoyed that rest too. It was a good 10-minute rest right there. Just try to settle down a little bit, get things straight. get ready for an emotional second half that we're going to have here. Now it's time to choose Mateo. He's going to look for a little defense also in the second half.
Coach, you talked about getting stops before the game, and 53 points after 20 minutes. How do you slow them down, especially from the three-point line?
This is not an easy job, but we got to pay attention on first seconds of the possession, of course, something that we know. But they are shooting very good. They are shooting 9 out of 15, so we got to keep working and don't desperate.
Excuse me. As you see Real Madrid's numbers right there, there's TJ Sorts and Yantanen for Paris basketball, who led them in minutes in that first half. Both of them at about 14.5 minutes. Azonia leading both teams with his 15 minutes. Good news for Real Madrid as Campazzo only played 10 minutes, has yet to score in this game. Jana Musa in his 13 minutes has 10 points and 4 assists for Musa, so he's been helping out and contributing for the team. 1:45 to go till we get the second half underway. Again, Campazzo quiet here so far. Real Madrid drops a 30 burger in that second quarter to tie this thing up at 53. Check out the game center. Panathinaikos over AS Monaco with a 12-point victory against Monaco, so that changes some things in the standings also. Panathinaikos, I'm gonna have to take a look at it, but I think they clinched the playoff spot for sure with that victory. Monaco and home court advantage for Panathinaikos. AS Monaco now is on a little bit of a threshold because Bayern Munich will be playing, I believe, tomorrow. Zalgiris Kaunas with a 4-point win over Partizan Belgrade. Both of these teams pretty much out of it. 2 games behind all 5 teams that are 18 and 14. So they're out of it. That was a big win for the Lithuanians at home in front of one of the best home crowds there is in the Euroleague. Jana Musa, your player of the second quarter, talked about the fact that he has 4 assists, had 3 to go along with 8 points in that second quarter. He'll take a rest here to start the third as Real Madrid goes back to their starting lineup, as does, let me check out Paris basketball, as these Paris basketball going back to their starting lineup. And even with 3 fouls, Coach Split is bringing out Tyson Ward. You see him right there stretching out. Between 2 incredible teams fighting for a playoff position and a playoff life, and Madrid continues to not only win games but get good luck around the league. As we'll continue some coverage of other games around the league as the referees and the players slowly leave the court. 105-104. Remember, it's 53-53 at halftime, so neither half disappointed. It was just a 31-24 run that stopped Paris from having a chance to move themselves up into the play-in position for a possible home court advantage. Still, with the availability to be in the play-in, as I said, anything can happen. We could have a rematch of this game next week if Madrid ends up in 7th place and loses, and Paris wins the other game of the play-in between the 9th and 10th place team. That would be another amazing scenario. Well, I'm here exhausted after a tiring game. And here's tonight's magic moment of the contest. It's Serge Ibaka taking. Banji C comes in the first one. Second one tries to go over to the left. Ibaka swats it away. And then Ibaka with the huge blocks in a one-point game. And there's your stat sheet for the night, your stat leaders. Unbelievable numbers on the board. Myers Zonia is coming off 3 games without double figures, ends up with 26 points. Walter Tavares not leading the game in rebounds. It was Tyson Ward with 10, but Tavares 5 offensive rebounds. And that pretty much controlled that fourth quarter. He didn't do it in the first, as he's been doing it, but he did do it when it most mattered. And I said, seemed like Madrid picked up their defensive intensity and their physicality in that fourth quarter. Paris with 3 players that have played 30 minutes over the last 3 contests. Got a little bit tired there going in that fourth quarter. They did score more than those 17 points that we talked about, but a lot of that had to do with a little bit of garbage points trying to make a comeback to get themselves back into the game. There, Mario Zonia, as I said, coming off 3 straight games of double figures. Let me check out some of the numbers I pulled out. 5 for 26 from the 3-point line over the last 4 games. Scored 32 points tonight, scores 26, and wins the game for his team. Your player of the game, Mario Zonia.
Mario, man, halftime you told me it was all about scoring more buckets. Was it that simple in the end?
Yeah, I mean, that's the game, you know, and I know a lot of people, you know, defense, but they probably weren't.